Hi everyone, this is Carissa. You're getting my real voice instead of the Subnautica PEA voiceover because that is currently not working. So you get me. We first begin at the Cyclops docking corridor, which leads up to the moonpool. This is where scientists would arrive. This island is specifically a scientific research outpost, specifically for scientists studying the bacterium. And attached to the moonpool is a water filtration system room so that they can have their fresh water. Then you go up the ladder into a second room. This would be where all the scientists could store their extra gear before heading out onto the island. Now, I would imagine everything on this island would be solar powered because the majority of everything is above water and gets access to direct sunlight. So everything on this island, for the most part, is going to be solar powered. The first part I will take you to is the actual lab portion. And I kind of designed it to be somewhat functionally realistic to a Biosafety level 4 lab, in theory. So you would enter and like all of these doors must be closed every time upon entering. You know, Biosafety level 4 places have like pressurized air systems, so like the air will never exit the building. So kind of same concept for this. This would be like a resting area for the scientists before going on into the labs. This would be like another air pressurization corridor just to prevent the bacterium from escaping. This room would be a decontamination room as well as a changing room. So you would change from your outside gear into like generic lab clothes for now, I guess, and shower. I kind of use the shelving to mimic an overhead shower, like those large square ones that kind of mimic rain. So that was the concept for this decontamination room and changing room before going into the lower levels. This level is full of the peepers that have the enzyme. And you can see there's lab equipment. Every single one of the aquariums has some of the peepers with the enzymes. Go down the next floor. This room does have a bioreactor as well, so that they could dispose of their waste and also have some fresh produce at the same time without having to leave the facility. And these, of course, are the bathrooms with the chamber pots. The chamber pots would be emptied into the bioreactor. This would be another decontamination room, and this one would probably be the most important one because this is the decontamination room prior to the level that actually has fish with the bacterium. So this would be where you would change into your like extra hazmat suits or whatever you would call them, and then shower again and down into the room with the bacterium. And as you can see, just another lab room. Then you just exit it. I'll take you over to the scientist lodging after this. And right to the left is the 2 different rooms for the scientists to stay in. Again, everything would be solar powered pretty much on this island. The bioreactors are just like additional backup power, essentially, and to help with green energy and getting rid of waste. This island can support 4 scientists to stay on the island for a period of time. And this is like a private bathroom, and essentially just the same concept of using the shelf as like an overhead shower, a chamber pot, and some decorations. Normally so close to, the sun, I would put glass ceilings, but because I imagine these places to be solar powered, there would be solar panels on top of these. I just didn't actually put them on there. You can see pretty much the same as the other place. And again, another private bathroom. And then there to the left is basically a cafeteria and observation point for the scientists.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Just a random side note, if the Corabacterium escaped again, wouldn't that quarantine enforcement platform activate again? So it would become the gun again. But as you can see, like this cafeteria has vending machines, it has seating, aquariums to just sit by and relax, coffee, trash cans. It also has a bioreactor to dispose of any additional waste, leftovers, that kind of thing. And it also has bathrooms, which you'll see here in a minute. Oh, a fabricator, so you could make your own meals if you wanted to. But the bathrooms are behind these 2 little walls, and they're just the chamber pots that you would dispose of into the bioreactor. But I hope you enjoyed this tour. Sorry it was just me and not the PDA voice, but thank you for watching.